Hello everyone, this is Benjamin. I'm going to do another game against bot. I like playing against this one specifically because it's not very difficult and it's not like super easy. It'll like blunder here and there, but it's not like, she doesn't blunder super crazy, like maybe one out of, I guess, maybe 20 moves. I'm gonna I'll do black. So I usually have chat bot on, but I don't see. Okay. Oh, you can do time too in standard. That's pretty cool. Wait, I can do type? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I was gonna do odds. I'm like, oh yeah, I can. That'd be pretty nice. Alright, so. Alright, I like doing the perk. Start with D6. Alright, knight to F3, hitting this pawn. Alright, to be honest, that's kind of happens like maybe 5–10% of my games. So it's not, it's a free pawn. So. I've seen this before. Someone actually did a trap this way. I forget exactly the order, so I'm going to have to be mindful. But if I go back, I forget exactly what the trap was with this queen move. But someone did that to me before. It wasn't really nice. So I'm not worried about it now. Obviously, whatever it wasn't there. I didn't memorize it because I only seen it once. But I definitely remembered the queen move, so I know to be mindful after that. So I'm glad she didn't know it, or whatever it was. It probably isn't guaranteed. I probably had to make a mistake as well. So let's see. I think I should take the pawn. The perk is usually a bit closed off, but because of the fact that she's pretty much, I'm gonna castle. Pretty much since I'm a little bit up in my pawns, I'm pretty much fine with doing this. I usually play very close off, but both pawns are defended, and then I can bring my rooks in whenever. So, not exactly sure where they belong. I'm gonna do this first, just to prevent the knight from coming in and hitting his pawn, because it'll be pretty weak. But, alright. Just making sure every time before I move that I'm not giving anything up, any material up, or any pieces. Okay, this looks for free as well. And this bot I think is fairly easy for the most part, but that's a blunder. I think her first piece blunder. And that's move 17 or 16. Yeah, it's about every 20 moves very close to that where she blunders like a whole piece. So if you just hold out and watch and be safe and play this bot, you can probably practice your blunder control. That's what I was doing before for a little bit with a couple of these. I realized this one's really good for that. And that's why I was using it for my videos, because it was actually helpful for me. So, but now that I'm this far along, I figured I can try to explain the process a little bit, and that way you can do it too. But it's very, I find it very good for my blunder control. All right, I'm gonna defend this pawn again. It's defended already, but once this is taken, and if I take back and he takes, my knight will be under fire. So I need a different piece to defend here, just in case. Alright. I want to move up, but I can't. So I know my rooks need to come out eventually. So I kind of waited a bit longer than normal. Okay. Now if I go here, he takes, I can take, and his rook would be threatened. Shizhou can just go here and take right away. But then I have the knight for free, so this will help defend. It's weird saying that, but this move here helps defend this pawn. Because right now this pawn is under attack, and if I take, he can take, and then he'd be threatening down here. But if I move up one, I'll be threatening his knight. So if he tries to take, I get the knight for free. And also, if he takes with his knight, I'll be threatening his rook. and he can't take because I'm a bishop, so he'd have to move back. So this actually defends this pawn. If I take, he takes, I have time to defend this pawn again. If I take, he takes, I move up one. Let's say he moves his knight somewhere. He can actually just take this. If I take, he takes, he's attacking this pawn right here again. And I really can't defend it. I'm up 7, so I'm probably not, I probably shouldn't worry about this pawn specifically. I should worry about maybe making a queen. So I'm going to go ahead and let this pawn be dropped if she takes it. And just push these pawns and go for, and make sure it's okay. I almost just moved. It's not okay because I only have one defender. Since I want this pawn to be dropped, I'm just going to move my bishop back to make another defender here before building it up. Alright. Just block off any attempt of a attack. I'm a little confused that she didn't take this, but I'm gonna get my other rook and get involved. Alright, so how I deal with this here now? If I go up one, I'll be attacking the knight and the pawn, but his rook's right here. So I'm gonna move this pawn up first. I can attack the pawn this way too. I think I'll do that. I'm just looking just to attack randomly, not really super planned out, but enough to where I think it's gonna, you know, make an issue. So I'm gonna move the pawn up one, attacking the rook. I know she's attacking the knight, but the rook's threat's a little bit more, you know, a little bit more serious. Let's attack twice and defended twice, so it's fine. I can move up here, which I'm thinking about doing, so I should. The rook kind of has nowhere to go, so the rook couldn't go down here because I can capture the bishop. Couldn't go here because the pawn couldn't, well, both pawns couldn't go back one because this pawn couldn't go back here because the knight, so it was pretty much trapped. I could even took it with my rook and exchange this and just took here. So I want to move up, but I'm not prepared yet because this knight can still go there. But if I go down one, let's say she takes here. If I take this knight and she takes back, I can make a queen. So I might. Yeah, I think I should. I think it's fine. Okay. Now if I take this here and she takes with the king, I can call it check. The king would have, you can take. Oh, this is a little messy. Alright, it's a bit messy. Let's say I take this away. She has two different captures. So let's just, you know, I'll just go through the process with you, I guess. This is kind of what I do with my puzzles, so I may as well do it here. If I take, and she takes back with her rook, I can just make a queen. If I take, and she takes with her king. Now what to do now? I can actually just make a queen. If I take here, shouldn't have any more options really. That's actually a lot more simple than I thought it would be. I thought it was a lot more messy. Yeah, and I could just make a queen here. So now I can go down one. Might open up my bishop. Queen's defending here, pushing the pawn. I can possibly attempt to go for another queen. Alright. Now if I take this and he takes back, I can call check. He can't go here because of knight. So that check will push him back somewheres, regardless of where he's pushed back to. I mean, he'll push him back here or here. I can make another queen, regardless. So I'm not really I mean, it can be considered a sacrifice, but it's really not. It's, and I can make another queen. She finally took this pawn that I was worried about a long time ago. But this right here wins a piece. So I'll just go through with that. Alright, I have checkmate here, so I'll just move my queen up. Alright. I still have checkmate. Yeah, for some reason I thought she'll go here after this and then maybe move somewhere else, but that's not even possible because of the pawn. So I probably should have thought a little bit more before doing that move, but alright. 0 mistake blunders, and okay. Yeah, it's just pretty much what I used to do before will help me get to close to to be stable in 1400, I would say, because I was going back and forth between 13 and 15, back and forth a little bit, because I wasn't very stable, but I played kind of well. But this spot specifically, or I'm pretty sure any other 1200 bot or something like that would be fine, but for the most part, that's what I was doing. I was just simply doing that. So let's see, analyze. Wait, is there a review thing, or probably shouldn't do this? I'll probably be like mistake. Okay, I had one mistake. Let's see what it says. The perk. Yeah, I like the perk. I didn't know. Yeah, I know I usually win more than lose in this opening. Okay, so Master Games looks like this. Okay, knight takes e4. Okay, that's what I always play here, so that's fine. Alright, so I mean, the only thing I could think of really is move my knight here, or up here. Let's see what it thinks. To threaten winning material. To threaten, like move my bishop, but I don't like that. I don't like this right here because of this. So let's see something. When I go here, I don't understand it really. I'm gonna have to go over that. There's no next thing because that was the only thing. Okay, so review. Do they show different lines when they do this, or no? Like, I never really used this on the computer. So if, let's say, I did do this right here, which I was uncomfortable with, show lines. Okay, queen takes b7, knight to c6 is what my guess was, which is right. Now he has a couple ideas, so now I'm only up a pawn, but it's showing that I'm positionally a lot better off. Knight to b5, queen to a6, bishop b5. Let's say queen to a6 looks most normal. Let's say go rook to b8. a3 doesn't seem very normal or relevant. Bishop d3, developing a piece. Knight to d1 doesn't look very possible. Bishop b5. So bishop b5 looks like it's possible for someone my level. And bishop b3. Oh, this looks nice too. But I usually want to attack. So let's say bishop d3. I don't always look at best moves and be like, I want to remember this best move. I want to remember stuff that I understand. You know, if I don't understand it, then I'm not trying to memorize a whole bunch of things I don't understand, and then I'm not going to be able to do it in a real game. So, okay. If I tried to do this, queen a3, queen a4, queen a3, queen a4. See, this looks bad because the bishop, so I'm assuming most people would probably go back here, just because of this bishop right here. Trying to see, like, I mean, just eventually will be played, but I think the point of this is that he's pretty cramped and he doesn't have much space, and he's on the defense and he's white and he's still in the center, and I probably can prevent him from castling for a while. Knight to e5 doesn't show that as a move that's decent for some reason. That's something that I would consider playing. So if he were to take it and I were to take it, okay, it gives him a pawn. I have these 3 pawns in the center, which I really do like, but it drops it down by a point. I would be more comfortable here than the other position. I think it's because it's more simple, even though it's not the best. It's more simple, and I feel like I understand this a little bit better. So I definitely need to consider and trying to remember that for when I win that pawn, because I've won a pawn a few times already. So it's not like it doesn't happen in real games. It does happen. So after knight takes e4, queen back, check. Okay, that doesn't happen very often, but it'll be nice to remember this. So here, and let's pay over the moves so I can remember. Here, here, here. This looks very possible, very simple, basic, normal move. This is what I would normally do for myself, even though it's not the best move. So I kind of like that. So, and the other option besides bishop d3 was, what was the other one? Bishop b5 looks very aggressive, but I don't like that because bishop b5, if I go right here, queen a6, let's say I do the same thing. This actually makes a little bit more sense now because of the pileup. I mean, if I just, let's say I try to do the same exact thing, for example. Okay, it won't be bad for me. Okay. So this works for both bishop b3 and bishop b5. It seems to look very similar enough. Now, what if you went here? and I want here. Okay, I like it. I like it. I think it's flexible enough for me to So now I know that it's okay to let the queen take the pawn there. And it's not super important that I really memorize it because it's like a whole lot of maybe one out of like maybe 100 games that I've played with a perk that's like this. But I was a little unsure and I kind of moved this, and apparently this is better. And I actually kind of like this. I actually kind of do, because it gives me nice pawns over here, really nice. So, all right, let's do another one. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Oh, it's 2:10. Kids usually get home at 3, so let me finish this up real quick. Let's play another computer game. Computer. Let's try. Do they still have Santa, or did they get rid of them? Yeah. Christmas is over, so yeah, these games weren't really me. They were a group game with other people. I am not that good, but definitely planning on it at some point in my life. So let's do another one. Let's do white. So let's. All right. Last time I played against her, I was able to do the Evans Gambit because that's part of this boss opening. So, and I'm happy with that. I've studied this a lot, and the main thing is just attack. I already made a video of this one, so let's see how close this one is. So this right here is a mistake, by the way. The first time I seen it, I was thrown off. The first time I seen it was against Gnome, a 2,200 bot, and he like kicked my butt. But I can just take it, and when he goes back, I just go back. Like, it's not really that serious, but I kind of messed up pretty bad. So, alright, I'll just castle. This is perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me. The knight's gonna be able to go here. The queen can go here or here. It's not really all that serious. It feels that way at first when I'm uncomfortable with it, but oh, I wasn't paying attention to that. But that's okay. So I can go here to block off this here square, but he can just go knight here. So I don't want to do that. I want to move this here at a moment that benefits me greater than just now, because I don't want him to move here and then just castle. So I'm trying to think of how, I mean, if I go here, I'll be attacking this pawn. But if he goes up one, how would I rationalize moving here? Let's say I go here, goes here. Next round, maybe even do that. So let's say I go here, he goes here. Say I attack this way. He can't move his pawn up yet, so he blocks. That pawn threat is still possible. This is here, bishop's here. I go here. Pawn can't go here. So I can just take it. So if I go here and he goes here, at some point I can just do my queen here. But until then, I can just keep doing threats. So I'm okay with that. Alright. I usually like this here, but when he goes down, this pawn is usually up one more. But it's not, because of this whole move here kind of took one of my tempo away. I can just take this pawn. But I want to be aggressive just because I like doing that. If I go up one, or take it, maybe over one. Yeah, let's just be extra aggressive. I like being aggressive in this opening. I mean, to me, I feel like if I'm not being aggressive, I just failed the opening. Like, I really feel that way. I don't see the point of that, because I can just take it. So I'm going to double check and make sure my king is fine. My pieces are, well, right now they're not fine, because this is an attack. But if I take it, the only piece on attack is defended by a, so it's like not even, so, alright. This here will attack the queen. He can just take this, but then he would be attacking the king that way, because if he takes this, he'll be pinned. So I'll just go over here, attack the queen. If I take this, the queen can go here. I'm trying to think of like captures and threats and attacks that I might be able to do. This here doesn't seem to work. I'm gonna take back. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. I think I'll move my rook here because this right here looks like a nice check. And with my pieces over here, I'm not sure if I can do something with that. I also even have the option of going up here at some point. Now this pawn, for some reason, like a long time ago, stuff like that used to scare me. It's gonna make a queen, I have to capture it now, you know, and it's perfectly fine. It's barely even supported. So, all right. So he got out of the check. Now he can take this pawn pretty safely. So I can just go here and then maybe go up, because I don't want him to take that pawn. Alright. Let's attack the queen. Let's attack the queen, so. Alright. Now I can take this pawn for check. If he moves up, I can take that pawn again for check. So it's not really, he can't really do much. Okay. Alright. Now I can take this again for check, and it'll be threatening the king and queen. So I just have to make sure everything's pretty safe, and it is. Alright, so I can just move this up one. If I take his rook and he takes mine, I'll just take it back with the knight. So I'll be winning material. Alright, well I guess I'm not doing all that. Oh man. I hate when I miss something like that. It looks really simple to me. It really did. I said if he takes that, he takes this, and I take that. That's what I said. I took this, he took this. This is under attack right now. And so is this. This will block both, I believe. Make sure. Right here, that'll be a check. And he'll be blocking that. Alright. I do that in games too, to visualize better. Like if I feel like I made a mistake, I go back and try to correct what I think, and then see what I should do. Okay. Now this is can move safely. I'll attack the pawn that I've never took care of. So this pawn is gone. If I call it check, he can go here or here. If I move my queen here first and call it check, he can go here. Wait, he has this square too. So if I go here, I'll be threatening his pawn, but his pawn's by the bishop. So yeah, I think I should target the pawn and now target his bishop and see. There you go. Now his bishop is gone. Now I'm not moving this rook at all because that would just be checkmate if I move him out. If I move him out somewhere. So I'm gonna check. It's gonna be checkmate very soon. Alright, so yeah, in the Evans Gambit I always look for attacks, and that's pretty much what I usually do here. So it's my favorite opening for white. I have one mistake. Game review. My mistake was probably the one that I noticed right after I did it. Most likely. Ooh, a couple. Let's start the review. Yeah. Ginkgo piano. Evans Gambit accepted. Counter Gambit. Yeah, I usually do very well. It's one of my favorite openings. Show line. How's that winning material? It says that I failed a way to win material, but she still has more than I do. Now I know that was really bad. Alright. Oh wow. That's really nice. I'm gonna have to can I show it again? Alright. How do you okay. This is the move I did do, but the move I was supposed to do is go here. I believe he was supposed to take this. Or not supposed to, but I'm a little confused. Was it this? No, I lost it. It's fine. I'll review it later. I'll probably review it later. So after everything was said and done is when I started making lots of mistakes. I mean, I didn't calculate much. I just did, thoughts and ideas of how to checkmate or attack. So, all right, that's pretty good. All right. I hope you guys liked the videos, especially the first one. The perk is one of my favorites. So, yeah, this is why I'm 1547 is because I do make those simple mistakes, and playing against someone who understands them when I don't very well sometimes is why I'm where I'm at. I'm not, once I take care of those things, I'll be master. So I need to start, cleaning those things up a lot. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to head towards. So for everybody else that's in my group that's under 1,000, the main thing to focus on is not blundering your pieces and trying to, so the Evans Gambit was an extra for you guys, but the perk is where I really kind of try to focus on my pieces and control. So, all right, they're about to be here, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Just like, subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe for sure. Subscriptions are for free, and yeah. All right, enjoy.